This is the Automotive Repair Podcast Network.
Welcome everyone to yet another episode of Diagnosing the Aftermarket A to Z. I'm Matt Vonsland. Love isn't about fate and magic bracelets and destiny. It's about finding someone you can stand to be around for 10 minutes at a time. That and more after a word from our sponsors, NAPA Autotech Training and Pico Technology. For 98 years, the NAPA name has meant quality parts and service. It also reflects top quality training programs to help you build a more successful vehicle repair business. No doubt, the technician shortage is impacting everyone, but you're not facing this battle alone. NAPA has the solution by making NAPA Autotech training available near you. NAPA Autotech provides automotive aftermarket technicians career development opportunities through structured, disciplined, measured, and high-quality technical instruction, no matter the technician or service advisor's skill level. This instruction enhances understanding of vehicle systems, increases first-time repair capability, and overall customer satisfaction. This instruction enhances understanding of vehicle systems, increases first-time repair capability, and overall customer satisfaction. It also prepares technicians to become ASE certified. It's a fact technicians who receive training to improve their knowledge and skills have a higher sense of job satisfaction. This reduces technician turnover and increases productivity, directly improving a shop's profitability. It is vital to the success of a shop's business that today's technicians are equipped to diagnose and repair today's complex vehicles. With our ever-changing technology, the technician's knowledge and skills need to be updated and refreshed on a regular basis. As you labor over the decision of whether to send your techs to get their skills sharpened, keep in mind, NAPA Autotech training is an investment, not an expense, and it's available to all. Much of NAPA Autotech's training is offered in more than one format to accommodate varieties of learning styles and training preferences so each person can maximize their learning. Whether you're more of a hands-on person or enjoy learning at your own pace, NAPA Autotech is here to provide you with the training you need in the format that works best for you. To learn more about what NAPA Autotech offers, contact napaautotech.com. So I don't really plan on doing an episode on relationships so much, at least boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, stuff like that. But my wife sent me this video short a little bit, and maybe she's trying to send me a message. Nah. Anyways, it was kind of one of those relationship ones. You know, somebody must put out some content, and it wasn't like a Jimmy on relationships type. It was, I guess, somebody that's married and as a husband and thinks he has it all figured out. Probably does compared to the most of the rest of us. But he said something I found very interesting, that it isn't about finding the one or the right one or the perfect one or your soulmate. It's about becoming the right one over and over and over again. So that's my advice. Thank you so much for listening, and until next time. Okay, I guess I have to go a little bit longer and deeper with that, but here we go. I guess the translation seems pretty obvious in our worlds for finding the right clients, finding the right shop to work for, the right manager, or the right owner, or the right employees. We need to maybe twist that. Instead of us seeking them, we work on becoming the right shop. We work on becoming the right manager. We work on becoming the right owner. We work on becoming the right employee. And a lot of the rest will take care of itself. And if not, it's going to work out for us in the long run anyways. So trying to just find all the right customers and only the right customers. We spend tons and tons and tons of money on marketing, you know, whatever percentage we're told to spend by either benchmark or advice or comparing ourselves to other shops, trying to get those right clients in the door sending out the right emails, putting up the right social media, either posts or ads, sending out the right emails or postcards, putting the right ad in the paper or the right ad on the radio or television or in the movie theater, and maybe not focusing on just becoming the right shop for the customers that we have and who our customers are going to be in the future. Maybe right now our shops, and I mean that just kind of like in general, or your shop, at least for the sake of discussion, is the right shop for, let's just say, an older clientele, boomers, and you have really good rapport with them. But the younger clients, the ones you're going to need down the road, not so much. And will they evolve, if you will, or however you want to look at it, evolve or devolve into that type of client you play well with now? That's probably not going to happen. So what if you worked on becoming the right shop for those right now? What does that mean? Could it be sending a different message? You know what I mean? Like, what image are you projecting? And I think we know that the younger clients typically want to know that they're either a part of something, or they really, really buy into your whys. Why are you doing this? What makes you tick? That type of thing. So you could start doing that now. You could start becoming the right shop for those clients right now without necessarily putting out the ads to try to get them into the door, only to let them down anyways or not connect. The same thing could be said with becoming the right employer. What does that mean? What kind of text do you want? And then evolving, making those changes needed to get those type of texts, or technical specialists or mechanical specialists. What does that mean? What are those types going to be after? What are they after now? And what will they be after in the near future? And starting to play towards that. What changes need to be made to make that happen? And because of those changes, and can they be demonstrated? And there's, maybe different angles to try to demonstrate those changes, or at least what you're about, what the shop's about, how it treats its employees. There's different angles to pull that off. One of them might be trying to host training classes in your shop, welcoming other local shops and shop owners into your shop. And they kind of get a chance to look around and maybe get a chance to mingle with your employees. And certain conversations get had. It starts becoming kind of its own advertisement, because I think the assumption is like all the technical specialists interact with all the local technical specialists, and all the mechanical specialists interact with all the local mechanical specialists. And that's really not the case. When we would see one another really would be on local classes, often held by part stores, often held not in another shop. So that could be a unique way to bring people in, get to see what you're all about. If your shop is climate controlled and many of the other shops aren't, maybe having a class in the middle of summer on a really, really hot day in the shop with the AC on, maybe turned down a little bit, kind of might get some potential, future employees or whatever thinking and reaching out to you, or at least the word spreads. I'm not talking about sniping people or anything like that, stealing at all, not at all. But really just the word gets out, like, hey, wow, that place is well lit. It's really well equipped, or, computers at every workstation or at every toolbox, or, whatever it may be. Word gets around. Is that playing to the types that would look to that as, hey, I would kind of like to work under that? And I'm sure the conversations are going to lead or lean towards compensation and stuff like that. And if your employees can honestly say they feel well taken care of and whatnot, again, it's a good sales pitch. And we're playing towards becoming the right shop. And that's going to change over time. And I mean the right shop, well, really for clients and employees, but over the years, it's going to keep changing a little bit different. I think years and years ago, it was really all about money. Now it's really about purpose and really personal time. People really value time away from work and the ability to do things, with families or hobbies, stuff that they're passionate about. That's a really big thing. If your shop's not really playing towards that and struggling to find the younger talent, I'm not saying it is absolutely the way, but it is a way to go after that. And then, as employees, what does the shop need? And can I fill that? Or how can I evolve with the business to be on, the cutting edge of things? Or, of course, what can I do to keep recruiting? Whatever the shop needs, like more clients, what can I do to contribute to that? More employees, what can I do to contribute to that? What are prospective employers looking for? And I get it. Usually it's, production. But I think a lot of shops, as they start getting into regular success, if that makes sense, where production levels are kind of where they want them to be, need them to be, that, a word that almost pains me to say. Maybe I should just Google an alternative word, but I'm going to go with it. The ones that are hitting their targets regularly are going to start caring more about the culture. What's the environment like? Maybe there are employees that can really go, technical specialists or mechanical specialists that can really, really crank out hours, but a little on the toxic side. Maybe there's, whatever that may be, right? I don't think we need details, but what does that mean? Where, gosh, if I could find somebody that doesn't maybe crank out quite as much work, but man, they fit right in and things are more smooth, or there's just less animosity, that becomes a thing. So now you got to kind of step back and look at yourself as, what do you contribute that way? Like, of course, cranking out hours, at finding ethical profit, stuff like that. But also, can you be part of a team or a system that doesn't kind of work to undermine it? That becomes more and more important. And over time, can you demonstrate that and then use that as a means to either improve the shop you're at or translate into somewhere else, depending on your situations, right? So it's really like constantly looking to evolve, constantly looking to just change with the times, if you will, set yourself up to succeed. And I think that involves not just yourself, but also everyone around you, and just being on the forefront of everything as much as reasonably possible, at least knowledgeable enough to have conversations about where's the shop at, right? Meaning, EV, electric vehicles, are very much a hot topic. They've been around for a long time, but it's a real hot topic lately. Lots of classes on it. And to be able to sit and have shop meetings, or, get pulled into the office with the owner or manager or both to discuss the shop's position on EVs and be able to speak intelligently, not because you don't want to work on them or you really do want to work on them, but to discuss, how is the shop set up for it? Is it ready? Is there a need? How many are you seeing now? They could look that up, but really just to get a more broad sense of what is the concentration in the area you're in, and is it worthy of making a large investment? All things contributing to the ethical profit of the shop and putting it in the best position to succeed, because hopefully you have a really good understanding with the shop and management, also because they've bought into, they are going to evolve and try to be the shop, over and over and over, the right shop, a great place to work, that they have this understanding that the shop does better, you do better. It's a logical position, right? Shop does better, everyone else does better. Expendable income wise, work environment wise, and just accepting that you're an ecosystem, right? Symbiotic systems. Front of house, back of house, management, employee. You're all symbiotic systems working towards a common benefit, right? They have to work together. They have to mesh after the same goal. If we're talking about a biological system, it's survival, perpetuation through time, businesses, profit, perpetuation over time, stuff like that. Therefore, everybody playing to constant improvement, sharing in each other's successes, working towards a common goal. And I think taking kind of to heart that advice of becoming or remaining the right shop, the right place of employment, the right employee over and over and over again. It just really struck me when she sent that to me. I don't think she had any intention of like speaking to me about, as a spouse, right? I do try, really. I do. I think I do a pretty good job of it. But the reality is I liked how it resonated with how does that look from our perspective as running repair shops or working in repair shops. So I hope you got a kick out of that. If anyone's interested, I'll see if I can find the link to it. I think it's just, he's got a channel, posts up regular stuff, but it's very relationship focused. And otherwise, let me know what you think about this, and keep sending please keep sending the messages and emails with ideas and questions. Some really, really good topics. A lot of them wildly not automotive related, which is really interesting. And I kind of want to answer them, and I'm kind of interested on what the responses will be and reactions to a lot of that. Also, thank you very much to our sponsors, NAPA Autotech Training and Pico Technology. Thank you to the Automotive Repair Podcast Network for making this all possible. If you have an idea or would like to be on the podcast, please don't hesitate to send me an email at mattfonslowpodcast@gmail.com. Otherwise, I'm pretty easy to track down on social media. Otherwise, you can message me through Facebook. And until then, take care.
You've been listening to Diagnosing the Aftermarket A to Z with Matt Fonslow on the Automotive Repair Podcast Network. Download our exclusive podcast app at automotiverepairpodcastnetwork.com, because the best conversations in the industry start here. Want Matt to cover a specific topic? Check the show notes for his email. Your input matters.